All right, I'm here with mouz.HasuObs. He just beat Huck in a best of 5, very, very close in the 5th game. Tell us a little bit about that series.
Yeah, the first 3 games were a little bit quicker than the last two of those best of 5, and like there was one game with 4-gate. Like I tried to 4-gate him, and he did like 3-gate pressure. I died, and one game he just killed me with 2 DTs, lots of gateway units because he was able to walk up the ramp, and I didn't expect the DTs. And the other game he tried to do a 6 or 7-gate with Archons, like trying to bust my force fields when he was going up the ramp. But I still managed to get really good force fields. And I had Colossi out, and after that my army was just superior. And the last 2 matches were like, I don't know, on the 4th map I think I played really bad. And the game was so close, like in the end I pulled all my probes. And I somehow managed to win that game. I have no idea how that happened, and I think he neither, because we talked after that game, because we had a small break to get water, and he said, when he saw I was pulling probes, he was like, okay, I'm going to win for sure, because usually when you do that in PvP, the game is over. But somehow I managed to win that, and the 5th game was very, very standard, like 3-gate robo from both of us. We both went for an expansion, and then it went into this Colossi war. And I think I have a little bit more experience than him in this kind of PvP, so yeah, I got upgrades while he just tried to get more units and tried to kill me on 2 base, but that didn't work, and then I had the upgrade advantage, and yeah, I was able to take that game.
So Huck's been training in Korea while you've been just in Europe. Moro recently went to Korea. Do you think that you're ever going to go to Korea and practice there?
Maybe. I mean, I'm thinking about it, but like I would not go to Korea for the GSL, since I feel there are so many European and like European tournaments and tournaments in the States that it would not make that much sense, especially for me, because I would probably lose in the first round. Like most of the foreigners do that. So, but for the practice, or in case of the practice, I think it would be very smart to be there for maybe 1, 2, or even 3 months, because playing in a team house with having really good players next to each other helps so much, because you're gonna analyze your mistakes way faster, and they're gonna tell you what you're gonna do wrong, and it's just way easier than online. Because if I play against someone online, and then we talk about the games, and usually he just tells me stuff I know anyway, like I know why I lost, but if you play with people like sitting next to each other, they can tell you exactly, because they see the same stuff you see, so they know where you did your mistakes, like way more specific. So yeah, obviously that helps. But as I said, I didn't have any plans yet for Korea. So
Let's do a few more general questions. How would you describe your style to people that might not know, about you? Like how do you play, what your best matchup is, all that kind of stuff?
I would say I play more macro oriented. I'm not that cheesy guy, usually at least. I try to mix it up a little bit, but most of the times I try to play solid and standard. Sometimes probably a little bit too passive, I think. I'm working on that. And
Sheth said that you never attack in PvZ.
well, and I have a good reason for that, because I feel in PvZ, if you walk out too fast in the game or too early with not enough supply, there is the possibility that the Zerg will like stream from every side and just clear up your army, and if that happens, then I mean you're dead. But there are like new styles coming, especially Hero using a lot of War Prism stuff, so you can put on aggression without having the risk losing everything. So, and I try to like use this kind of strategies, because I feel I need to put pressure on my opponent, but I don't want to risk like all of my sentries or all of my expensive units. So like using War Prism with the Zealots makes sense, I guess, because I think the other type of aggression would be Stargate, but Zergs, like they always get their Spore Crawlers, they always have 3 or maybe even 4 Queens, so they are safe against Stargate pressure. So yeah, I'm trying to use this War Prism stuff a little bit more, but I have to say it's really hard to use. Like the way Hero plays, it looks easy, but it's so hard to do that. Like sometimes he has like 2 War Prism on the map, and he's like still doing like the best stuff he could do, like killing the most important structures or drones, and not losing the War Prism in any case. So yeah, he's doing it really, really strong.
So you actually play him next in the
Yeah.
NASL. So, but PvP is much different than PvZ. So how do you approach this series?
Yeah, as you said, PvP is way different, and I think that PvP favors the weaker player. In that case, would be me, because Hero is definitely the favorite for that best of 5, maybe even the favorite for the whole tournament. And I don't know, PvP is kind of fragile. Like, small mistakes can cost you the game straight away. Like, for example, in the early game, when you mismicro your stalkers a little bit, the stutter shot, then you're gonna lose one of them, and then your opponent has like 1 or 2 more, and then the warp in, it's gonna punish you straight away. So stuff like that makes it very fragile. And well, we both won our PvPs in the first round. He won against Wang Xing, while I won against Tak. And I watched his games. He looked, he was just stronger than Wang Xing, I think. So yeah, as I said, I think he's the favorite, but I'm gonna try my best. It's PvP, so pretty much everything is possible.
Your teammates, you have 4 mouse players
Yeah.
here. Do you guys, how much you guys practice together, and what's the team dynamic like?
Like, the team spirit in mouse is very, very good. Yeah, we meet each other very often on tournaments, since we like travel together and stuff. And well, Moro went to Korea lately, as you said, so we don't practice that much with him anymore. But Torzane, me, and Mana, we're discussing a lot about the games, and maybe we don't practice that much in custom games, but we talk a lot about the games and trying to help each other. And yeah, unfortunately, Moro is playing against Mana in the first round, while Torzane is playing the Muslim. I know that Torzane's TVT is really good. He's kind of confident against the Muslim. And I just spoke with Mana, and he doesn't seem to be that confident against Moro. He says he's just lettering, and he says that he's losing, or he's not playing good. So I told him it's just letter, so stop getting it into your head, because that's really bad if games affect you before you start a big tournament. And Moro seems to be more confident. He says since he's in Korea, he learned a lot of stuff. Like, he knows more styles than before, and yeah, his PVZ is strong, and it's different. He's using this Ling Baneling style with infestors and Baneling bombs. Like, he's dropping them out of the overlords. So I think the matchup is going to be really, really tense. I'm looking forward to that.
How do you prepare for like really, really pressure-filled situations in matches? Like, do you tell yourself something, or how do you stop being nervous?
Actually, I was nervous against Huck. Like, I'm in the esport for, I think, 6 or 7 years now, and like, usually I don't get nervous anymore, but I feel the NASL finals are something special. Like, I really like the setup of the hall, like the players being in the middle, like surrounded by chairs and audience, and like, you just feel it's a very tense moment when you're on the stage, especially when it goes into a 2-2 score, so it's going to be tight, and the last map decides everything. So like, usually when I lost the game, I just try to forget what happens, because if you think about the game while playing the next one, it just doesn't work out, because you're thinking about, what could I have done better, or like, your mindset is not the best then. So I just try to forget whenever I lost, or like try to analyze my mistakes, and then I try to like make it better. Yeah.
Mouz it's a team that you guys have really, really good results, but your players, like, they don't tend to stream as much. They're not like, super outgoing. You have a kind of personality. Everyone's kind of a reserved kind of go-to player. Is that just like how you guys are? Like, can you tell us something about yourself that maybe like fans don't know?
Actually, I think that is just how Mouz is, or like the players are, because we talked about streaming, and I think none of us really has the idea of doing a lot of streaming, because it gives away a lot of information about your playstyle. And like, I personally watched Huck's stream before the NASL, so I can see some stuff. Even though it's just ladder, he will still play some stuff just because of the routine. It's like StarCraft 2 or any kind of computer game is a lot of routine. And so you can see stuff and try to exploit it. And I think that's the reason why we don't want to stream that much. I know that Mana and Torzane, if I'm right, streaming sometimes.
Yeah, very little though.
Yeah, very little. And I'm thinking about it too, but just like, I would never stream as much as, I don't know, for example, Huck or Stefano, because they're doing it quite a lot. And I mean, it makes sense. It gains a lot of community. Like you get a lot of fans, and it also gains money because you're gonna have advertisement and stuff. But yeah, we're just. I don't think we are that much into the like streaming stuff. Yeah.
So, if you could go to Korea, would you do the same thing as Moro, like go to the NSHS house, one of those things, or would you try and, like hopefully Mouz will get like a kind of shared team house kind of thing like Liquid has? What do you think's better, just staying there just briefly, or because Moro said he might stay there long term?
I think with long term he might mean like I think it depends for him on the GSL results. He says if he drops out, he's going to stay there a maximum of 3 months, as far as I know. And if he somehow manages to get into Code S or something, then he will stay longer. But yeah, we have to see if that works out. And for me personally, I think as long as I'm in a team house with other really good players, I don't mind if they are Korean or foreigners. I think that would help me a lot, actually, because sometimes I do boot camps in Germany, for example, with soccer. And like as I said, you can analyze your mistakes so much easier when like good players are watching your game style. Like they analyze it straight away after you lost or you won. They said, hey, what happened there, or why would you do that this way? Just make it a little bit different, and then you feel like, that makes sense. Why I never thought about this. So yeah, having good players around me would help. I don't mind if it's like Mouz and some Korean pro team, or just me being at some pro house in Korea.
What's your long-term plan? Do you see yourself playing, StarCraft 2 in 5 years?
I don't know about 5 years, but for the next year or the next 2 years, I think I will play StarCraft 2 as long as I'm kind of successful and as long as I have fun. And right now I'm having a lot of fun with StarCraft 2 and like traveling, going to tournaments. I will still play. So yeah, I didn't think about 5 years now because they're gonna be Heart of the Swarm and like another add-on. So yeah, we have to see that.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time with us. Do you want to give any shout-outs before we go?
Yeah, thanks to my team, Mouse Sports, all the sponsors and partners. Thanks to my teammates. They helped me before I played against Huck with some good tips. Thanks to all my fans who are supporting me. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you, later on. Maybe we'll have a winners interview with you. Okay.
I hope so.
All right.